excellence in sports entertainment.
Really? 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 You remember what I said last week? You are cursed!
Death, taxes, and Drew McIntyre crying like a damn baby. But the question is, if you can beat me, can you handle the burden of this title? If you can't beat me, can you handle the burden of having to acknowledge me?
But you can't blackball me. They can't blackball me. And listen up. I can gleefully stand on the bridge and blow it up because, bitch, I know how to swim.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
And I think at the end of the year, the OTC can get some.
Hello, everyone. 3 Count Thursday. It is July the 30th, 2026. Glad to be back with you for another one. We hope that you are doing well. StreamYard's telling me that our Facebook broadcast may be having an issue. Okay, cool. Well, we're on YouTube. If you're hearing this, if you're, I guess if you're on Facebook, you're not, but we're going to plug away anyhow. 3 Count Thursday on all of our social media across the board. You can hit the QR code top right corner of the screen. And get us on all of our social medias there. You can also get your merchandise over on the TeePublic store. That description is in the episode description, or that link is in the episode description in all of our social media as well. Some of the offerings on the screen, you can see them, and we would certainly appreciate you buying some merch from us. You can also leave us a voicemail at any time, 717-473-7833. We would love to hear from you. And it says we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Maybe an issue on Facebook, and it's possible the stream was ended or not. So hopefully Devin and company will find us over on YouTube. If not, we just won't have any live comments tonight. So sorry, Devin, not our fault.
I mean, I think, not to get you to change, but yeah, because I just went on Facebook. I did not see us there.
Okay. I had shared the show.
The only thing I saw on Facebook was a notification that a video from yesterday got pulled for copyright. So maybe we're shadow banned for 24 hours.
What are we copywritten for?
I don't know.
It's not even well, we'll have to look into that. Well, okay. Goes against terms of service on intellectual property. What was there even in there?
It didn't even show the video that was in question. Like, if you're gonna take something down, at least tell us why, so we know not to do it again.
Neat. Well, Devin found YouTube, so maybe we're just gonna be a YouTube exclusive, or I think there's a way to stream on Instagram. Would be the same as
Facebook.
As Facebook at this point, anyway. But Devin found us on YouTube. We'll have to look into that when we're not live on air. So it is what it is. It's just the three of us this week. Smokey still on vacation. Intern Mark, I believe, is live reporting maybe from the York Fair. I honestly don't know. We don't pay him enough to actually know where he is if he's not here. So sometimes you just have to bask in the silence. And I think that's what we're going to embrace this week. Is it's going to be a little quieter around these parts without intern Mark here. But we'll start at the bottom of the screen. Matt, how are you doing this week?
You all right, sir?
I'm doing all right. It's Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. It's been a busy week, but all is well because there's light at the end of the tunnel here.
Good. Tim,
You all right, sir?
I'm good. Kind of exactly what Matt said. Light at the end of the tunnel, ready for a weekend. It's gonna be weird, boys. I'm gonna be a bachelor this weekend.
that was me last weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hands. I mean, I got ideas, but
Well,
I really got.
I was gonna
don't know.
say, There's at least one thing you can do with your hands.
Fight people.
That's it. That's exactly what I was talking about.
That's right. I'm gonna fight them off. No, the consortium is heading down to Atlantic City for a bachelorette party for one of her dear close personal friends.
Very cool.
They got a nice little Airbnb on the beach.
Nice.
So
sounds like
it's gonna be good. They leave Friday. They're back Sunday. So I'm gonna get into as much pizza as I can humanly eat for the next.
Do love that
50 some hours.
I got. I went diving into the Indian food, the Chinese food last weekend. It was a glut fest for me as well. I survived Bachelor Weekend. Matt's making it through Bachelor Week. Tim, we have faith you'll make it clean onto the other side. I am doing well. I'm also very happy tomorrow is Friday and heading into the weekend. I have a shorter weekend. I actually have to do some work on Sunday. But I'm going to see Weird Al tomorrow night. So I'm very excited to see that. Devin said, I seen him line up for the Weird Al show in Hershey tomorrow. Aha, that's where Mark is.
Yeah, that would make sense. Mark would be the person to line up the day before.
Especially when you have it, when it's not a GA concert.
Right.
Like you have bought a ticket, no matter if you arrive there first in line or 2 minutes before the curtain goes up. It's the same either way, but
It's the same as I saw there was a guy and his son that got in line for the home run derby like 8 hours before gates, and it was like, I mean, if you have standing room only, I guess you want to get there a little early, but to camp out like that is just a little extreme.
yeah, especially when it was if I remember correctly, that was during one of the hotter weeks of July, right?
Yeah, it was pretty
like
brutal
that dude was out there fighting for his life just to be the first asshole in the parking lot. Like, okay, cool, buddy.
Yeah.
And at that point, I mean, I'm just trying to think that through, because it's just him and his little kid, a 10-year-old kid or whatever. So you're probably not letting your kid stay in line by himself when you have to go into Xfinity Live or use a porta potty down there. So your whole idea of getting in line first, you're shot anyway the first time you have to take a leak.
Right.
But hey, good for him. I hope he didn't catch a fly ball.
He got to be at least on the news, which I guess is still a thing some people strive for.
I suppose. Hey Tom, there's some asshole down in line at Citizens Bank Park. You want to send one of the interns down there with a camera? Yeah, definitely make it the one we don't pay. Yeah, okay, good.
What interview questions do you even ask that man? So, what are you doing here?
Why are you? Are you hot?
What is the point of this?
Did your prescription run out and you just need some more focus meds?
Son, are you okay?
Son, blink twice if this isn't your father. What exactly? Oh, we got some breaking news from the desk of Devin.
Gross.
If the board wants to play, the board's broken. There we go. Apparently, the Motor City Machine Guns debuted on AEW. I didn't know that. I didn't even know there was AEW happening right now.
Yeah, the Collision got moved up to today.
Oh, what's happening on? Just to not run against SummerSlam? Is that
because some people have the common courtesy to look at the schedule and see, oh, maybe if we want to do something really fun and allow people to, experience as much wrestling in real time as possible, you won't shoehorn your show. But of course, they're going to take it as an affront, because while one person can see them as trying to move their Saturday show off a Saturday, some people are going to be like, AEW is trying to counter program TNA Impact's main event of Nick Nemeth versus Jeff Hardy for the TNA World Championship.
Is that really the main event of TNA?
That's the main event tonight.
Oh
yeah.
What year is it?
The year 2000.
My goodness. Yeah, that's well, Yeah. Wow. I don't even have words, but yeah.
I don't-
Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize
Cool.
what venue is that they're at? Because I caught the tail end of Dynamite last
I
night,
think
and
it's a theater in Detroit.
it's a cool looking spot, man. I like it.
Hey, all you got to say is AEW show, probably in a cool looking spot.
Yeah, if nothing else, again, I watch very little weekly wrestling, and I will be 100% transparent about that. But week to week on Dynamite or Collision, like the visual, whatever venue they're running, it does look really, really cool. Big Mac checking in, Facebook is poopy. Yes, it is. It is very much poopy. We have to figure out why we got shadow banned from there, or maybe we'll just not be on
Just
Facebook
assume the
anymore.
worst. It's Mark's fault.
Yeah, I like because literally nothing changed about the intro to our show. It's literally the same. I mean, I guess maybe it could be the WWE sound bites in the intro. Like that's the only thing that I feel like could have actually gotten us shadow ban, or the SummerSlam logo in the
Maybe.
opening screen. Like we'll see. But yeah, hopefully some people are like Big Mac finding us on YouTube. I mean, as I tweeted out, it's just the YouTube link. So
Yeah, and I went in at the start of the show. I went into Facebook and I grabbed the link for YouTube. So I'm actively directing traffic on the Facebook page over.
very, very cool. Very, very cool. So all right, let's go ahead and dive into the news.
Maybe.
This is 3CT News with Big Jim.
It really does pop me every week. Speaking of All Elite Wrestling, AEW, IMALS, and Team Gleason announced a very special episode of Dynamite. AEW Rebel Heart will take place on Wednesday, September 9th, live from Atkins Ford Arena in Athens, Georgia. The event will air live on TBS and stream on HBO Max. AEW Rebel Heart Dynamite will honor one of the original members of the AEW roster, Tani Brooks, known to fans around the world as Rebel, who was diagnosed with ALS in March 2026. As part of the event, Rebel is scheduled to make an appearance at that evening, and fans in attendance will receive a special limited edition Rebel training card sheet from Upper Deck while supplies last. A donation will be made from AEW Rebel Heart Dynamite to benefit IMALS, the leading community movement dedicated to ending ALS by empowering patients and caregivers to secure billions in federal funding, improve care, treatment access, and drive research, as well as Team Gleason, an organization founded by former New Orleans Saints player Steve Gleason that provides adventure, technology, equipment, and care services to people living with ALS and countless others through advocacy, research, support, and the goal of ultimately bringing an end to the disease. In addition, the event at Atkins Ford Arena takes place in the home community of the University of Georgia's
Easy for you to say.
I cannot say that word. Bioscience Center, where groundbreaking research and the training of future scientific leaders are helping drive the development of new therapies for ALS. So, and I know on Shop AEW, they do have a Rebel Heart merchandise line. I think it might just be a shirt, but it will go towards, it'll benefit her in her fight against ALS. So, if you don't watch any other Dynamites, probably would be one to tune into and donate and things like that, because it is a very important cause. So,
I would be remiss if I didn't say this, and it's not making it about Rebel, because it is a big deal regardless. But I want to parlay that into, I've heard more about ALS this year than I have in a long time. I mean, between Rebel and the Titans, Chris Johnson, but also independent wrestling stalwart Jeff Cannonball, over a year ago was diagnosed with ALS. He still has his GoFundMe out there. So it's not just AEW and wrestling in general, but if you've been enjoying any of, the Northeast wrestling scene independently, If you're a deathmatch ghoul, you know Jeff Cannonball. If you are a dude who enjoyed internet memes during the pandemic, you probably know him as the big wrestling guy who did A Treat soda.
Oh my
He
God,
did,
those soda reviews popped me
It was
every
like a
single
10
time.
second soda review or something.
yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
fast soda reviews.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Jeff Cannonball is the man. You can literally type in any of your search engines, Jeff Cannonball GoFundMe. They're still raising money. In the hard part, or not just the hard part, because obviously suffering from ALS and coping through it is one thing, but the families
Oh my
that
God.
are
Yeah.
left behind, that's tough. You know, Jeff's got his wife and child, and I'm sure Rebel's got her family as well. Short soda reviews
There it is.
from Big Mac.
There it is. Yep.
We knew there was a gimmick. We just didn't remember what the
Yeah,
gimmick
I knew
was.
it was
I remember
something
the
with
name of the
soda.
show.
And to
Yeah.
this day, on just about every week, we shop at Aldi, and they sell Malta there. And I remember like
Malta
his
Goya.
soda review of Malta and the reaction to that. I've never tried it, and I should probably at some point. I every week when I see that, I think about him and that soda review. But yeah, just a horrible disease. I've seen a lot of AEW stars this week doing the ice bucket challenge. If you remember that, obviously from
Yeah.
years ago, that has kind of resurfaced and yeah. Look, I mean, there's causes to be found. There's so many lives impacted by ALS. So whether it's Jeff Cannonball, whether it's Rebel, or it's former Titan Chris Johnson. I mean, it's the scary thing is it seems to be expanding at a alarming rate, and attacking and gripping into people younger and younger. So it is definitely scary. So learn about it. That's our best advice. I mean, we very rarely get serious on this show,
Right.
but like educate yourself about it. And certainly if you would yourself recognize any sort of signs or symptoms, find a doctor and get checked out on that, because it is a very serious thing. So again, that is September 9th, AEW Dynamite. And go to shop AEW. Jeff Cannon, like you said, Jeff Cannonball, his GoFundMe. I think his wife's still selling merch and things to, help pay for their medical costs. So
I think there's even a children's book.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
a couple children's books out about him and his son. So
yeah,
definitely check those out.
yeah, for sure. Anything you can do to help them and help the cause. Like Big Mac says, December is Disney, ice cold Malta from Carolina. There you go. All right. Next story. 1 year after relaunching Fight Nation, channel 156 on Pro Wrestling Radio. We didn't get to talk about this last week. Pro Wrestling Radio 24/7 Sirius XM revamped the channel this past Monday, July 27th, as WWE Radio. As part of the relaunch, the channel will begin live radio broadcasts of WWE premium live events, beginning with SummerSlam on August 1st and 2nd, with radio exclusive commentary from Vic Joseph and Booker T. Select other events will also be broadcast on the channel, including weekly TV programs, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. WWE Radio will continue to be anchored by SiriusXM's flagship wrestling show, Busted Open, hosted by Dave LaGreca and former WWE performers Bully Ray, Mark Henry, and Nick Nemeth from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. weekdays. Other shows will include Sam Roberts' Not Sam Wrestling Live, Peter Rosenberg's Cheap Heat Live, The Heartbeat with Natalia, Off the Ropes, and Busted Open After Dark. The channel will also carry WWE-produced podcast daily at 4 p.m. Each day. I was coming home from Hershey Park on Monday. They had the simulcast of the Netflix audio for on this past Monday. Now I don't know if they'll have like the radio commentary team for Raw for like the TV shows, but I'll be curious to see I guess here what that actually sounds like. And my first thought, and the funny thing about this is I thought years ago that they should have started doing some sort of a radio broadcast of the TV shows, because Monday nights, about once every 5 to 7 weeks, depending how my schedule works out, I have counseling from 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. So when I was actively watching wrestling on a weekly basis, I would miss about the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of Raw driving home from counseling. And I thought, if they had a radio feed of this, because you shouldn't, you kids, this is a PSA for everybody. You shouldn't have video playing while you are driving your vehicle.
Whatever.
So I was like,
Live.
That's what I'm trying to do by not having video while I'm driving.
Just don't look at it, lol.
Well, the funny thing is, I have a problem where I have trouble focusing on things.
Get good.
So I was like, well, they should have a radio broadcast of it. But what I'm very curious to hear is how Vic and Booker T, who are a TV broadcast team, are going to handle a radio broadcast. Because, like, I don't know, for anybody that is a sports fan, there is a difference between a TV broadcast of a sporting event and a radio broadcast of a sporting event. Because on the radio side, you have to paint the picture. On the TV side, yes, you can, here comes the pitch from Wheeler and it's a strike. Here comes the pitch from Nola and it's ending up in the next county. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just have to like fill in the like on radio, you have to paint the picture. The Fighting Irish are moving left to right on your radio dial. Those sort of things are part of it. So I'm curious to see if Booker T and Vic Joseph can paint the radio picture, or if they're just going to do TV commentary on the radio.
I fully believe in Vic Joseph. That guy's a stud.
Yes.
Booker's going to be good. Mileage may vary on Booker T. A lot of people are annoyed by Booker T. I don't know if I could listen to. Thankfully, SummerSlam is going to be 2.5 hours of commercial-free wrestling. Nope, not even commercial. 2.5 hours of wrestling. 12 matches over 2 nights, guys.
12 over 2.
Up.
That's
how will we survive so much wrestling?
In comparison, wasn't Redemption 13 matches on one night, right?
Yeah,
but
I'm not here to talk about Redemption. I don't have a lot of redeeming things.
It was
Redemption.
Not a redeeming night.
Hey, look.
Yeah, we're talking Summerfest here.
We are.
We're talking the first bad AEW pay-per-view in 7 years. WWE's trying to find their first good one in like 3.
Wow.
At least since WrestleMania 40. But
night 2 of WrestleMania this year was good.
Yeah, that's one night of a 2-night.
Good is kind of a stretch too.
Come on.
It was good in comparison to night 1.
Hey.
Well, so what I'm interested in is hearing if Vic, because in my anticipation, their commentary is going to sound like old commentary. 80s, 90s, less driven to like tell stories and more focused on the in-ring. Like there's going to be some stories, but they're going to have to be so focused on the ring. They're going to have to call wrestling moves.
Right?
You're going to hear side headlock takeover, step over toe hold, running power slam. You're going to hear all the classics, okay? And you're also going to find out that Booker T don't know the name of any of these. Booker T, Vic Joseph's going to say the thing. Booker T's going to go, oh, yeah, man. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Look, hey, Pat Summerall Pat Summerall called all the stuff, and John Madden did a little telestrator, went boom, and that's it. Okay.
Exactly.
So I think it's going to be interesting. I don't love the fact that Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 has taken their flag from being the unofficial state-run media brand to the official state-run media brand. It is not just WWE radio, because they were talking about TNA wrestling today.
Well,
So,
I mean,
hey, WWE don't own TNA.
they don't.
No.
Are they still like affiliated with? Like, what's the?
I don't know.
I don't know what the terminology there is, but it's an important reminder. Because I saw a lot of people very disheartened that Monday on Busted Open there wasn't much talk about Redemption, and actually, based on what I saw of Redemption, I did not see the whole show. It's probably good that a program on WWE radio wasn't talking about Redemption, because it probably wasn't going to be a very favorable chat. But this is a valuable reminder that while it was a great space for wrestling talk, Sirius XM channel 156 is not the only place to hear pro wrestling content on the internet. Like, that's
correct.
I get it was the easy place, the biggest place, whatever. But let's also be fair. Like, ESPN, arguably the biggest, easiest place to get sports content outside of live sports, is absolute dog shit. Like, it is mindless brain rot that's wrapped up in the guise of being good sports programming. Right. It's not. ESPN's garbage. There's so much better stuff outside of the easy place.
That's why Jim goes to Barstool for his sports.
Oh,
that's right.
Which is practically where ESPN is at this point. But yeah.
I think what I was most excited about, especially with like Pro Wrestling Nation, is like I understood what that meant of pro wrestling having a dedicated 24/7 news channel.
Yes.
And that even if it was going to be 80-20 WWE versus AEW, at least there was an outlet, because it's not just AEW that gets hurt by this.
Correct.
It's also like, I know I listened to like the Sunday morning show. They have a Sunday morning Busted Open with Jonathan Hood and Justin LaBar.
Okay.
And they would do an indie roundup where they would say what indie shows took place over the weekend and say where they were to kind of put the word out. Who knows if that's going to fly? And just by being labeled WWE almost feels like you are cutting the barbs off of a barbed wire, because I'm very curious as to how WWE will respond to criticism or critical thinking about WWE. Because
like,
before,
like
when
callers calling in, like stuff like that,
or the hosts.
Oh, that's fair.
Because sometimes the hosts have been critical. Maybe not to the same degree as they've been critical of other televised wrestling, but like before, there was conversation about like how maybe certain divisions are stale or whatever. Will they still have the same leeway and carte blanche to be able to speak honestly and truthfully without, because as soon as you put the WWE stamp on it, it's going to have the smell of, oh, you can't say anything bad. Or
right.
if there is something that is bad that is to be said, it is a talking point that was drawn from television that
right.
like it is the story they are telling. And it's going to be hard to be critical. Like, I doubt they're ever going to talk about the current premium live event scenario or the premium live event situation with just equal parts matches and pay-per-views or matches and commercials.
Right. Like, are they even going to be able to critical of that aspect of it?
Right. Like, are they going to be able to be critical of that? Mike's had a question. So, is Busted Open the XM version of Pat Matt? No, kinda. I mean,
kind of. Yeah.
I didn't love Busted Open, but I love that it existed, and I love that it does exist. Right. Just because I don't necessarily align with like the topics that are being discussed, I like that there is a place that they are being discussed in the mainstream.
Right. Like,
Right?
imagine being like, for us at our age, like, go back to, adolescent us and be like, there's going to be a time where you can turn on mainstream television or mainstream radio and they're going to be talking about wrestling. Like, I'm sitting at trivia last night at a bar and the ESPN is on and it's Sports Center before the Wrexham, I forget who Wrexham, Liverpool Wrexham match at Yankee Stadium last night.
Yeah, it's the World Cup's over. America doesn't have to worry about footy.
And they're talking about WWE SummerSlam on Sports Center.
Right.
Like, that still doesn't like compute in my brain that that's a real thing. So like it is, whether I like it or not, because I don't care for Busted Open. Even now under the WWE umbrella, I don't listen to it. I was like on Monday, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Let me flip over here. I got through a minute and a half of David LaGreca's voice, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't.
What was I gonna say? I'll even go so far as to say, like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, I may not be the biggest WWE fan, but if they announce somehow, due to the deteriorating state of cable television, that the WWE network goes live on YouTube TV, like, it is a channel,
right,
where they can air, like, yes, it'll simulcast the YouTube podcasts. You can put other studio shows in there, but it's a place where you can go and watch, like, instead of the WWE Vault stuff, you air it on the channel. Like that, there is something cool to that. Like,
right.
Again, because it is a border, it's a threshold that, pro wrestling hasn't been able to get past before. And like, again, I'm old enough to remember what's old is new again. This is the third iteration of WWE radio.
Yeah.
1994,
Yeah.
they did pay-per-listen pay-per-views, where you had to pay to listen to the pay-per-view.
Well, to be fair, you have to pay to get to the WWE radio now. It's a serious subscription.
Yes, you are paying for Sirius XM and your
Same
whatever
as ESPN
price it
Unlimited.
is.
More on
You
that in a
get
second.
10,000 channels, including 4 lo-fi chill hop channels that are on my nightly go to bed routine.
I was going to say I might need to look into those for my work music. I dig that kind of stuff.
You can only access it through the mobile phone. It's the best.
I love that.
No, you can also pull it up on the browser version too.
I'm going to say I would imagine it anywhere stream.
Just not on your receiver in your car.
Internal radios, correct.
Yes. But then they also rebooted it in the late 90s, early 2000s. So this is number 3. Third time's the charm.
We'll see how long it lasts.
We'll see. I think it'll last. It'll last all the way until the channel gets canceled.
Yeah,
because that's
that'll.
But I don't think it will, because to Dave LaGreca's credit,
yes,
right, and I'll say that I've put him over before. I don't need to put him over. Mike Johnson had a fantastic write-up about the WWE radio channel and what it means. But regardless of how you feel about Dave LaGreca, he started Busted Open exactly the way we do 3 Count Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Roberts and Not Sam Wrestling started the same way that this did. And the difference between them and us is the amount of ass they busted got seen by the right folk.
Right.
There's a little intuition, a little kismet, and get put into the right situation.
Yeah.
And so Dave LaGreca busted his ass to get from having an online wrestling podcast like this one to being then featured on the Fight Nation channel, which was all combat sports.
Right. The fact that that was on a combat sports channel,
yes,
is wild.
And the numbers of Busted Open did so much more than the MMA and combat sports stuff that Dave LaGreca could pitch it to Sirius to be like, hey, make this channel all pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what Sirius said? All right. And it was Dave tending the soil, putting down the fertilizer, churning up the good earth, and sowing seeds that WWE could come in and find cultivated ground and plant. Very similarly to the 1-year deal that ECW had on TNN when they were the wrestling company they were the wrestling company that were tried for a year to see if wrestling would work on the channel. And their ratings were good enough that they were ECW on TNN was essentially the pilot for Monday Night Raw.
Right. Yeah.
And
it worked.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTube TV, last news story. This is relating to the WWE and SummerSlam. At long last, YouTube TV users can subscribe to ESPN Unlimited as part of their YouTube TV service. News was reported this Monday by Cord Cutters. YouTube TV subscribers can now access ESPN Unlimited content in the platform directly from the app in the sports section. You can now link your YouTube and ESPN accounts. So for some people, you can actually link it through YouTube TV. Other people, like myself, you actually have to link your ESPN with your actual YouTube account, and then you will be able to sign in to ESPN Unlimited with your YouTube credentials. So there's a couple of ways to do it. But after I think almost a year or a year and a half or something, YouTube TV, the last major TV provider that
it's 11 months.
11 months. Okay, I knew it was close to a year because it was the start of football season last year.
It was WrestlePalooza.
That's right. It was WrestlePalooza
in September. Yes,
that was the first ESPN event, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm not paying for this."
Technically, like 6 or 7 weeks because it's August 1st, weekend of August 1st for SummerSlam, and that was like I think it was September 20.
Yeah, it was something like that. But it's long enough. It was freaking long enough, man. But thank you to my friend who will remain anonymous so that the overlords at ESPN don't nuke his account.
Hi, Big Mac.
But actually, it was not Big Mac. I will say that.
Oh, unrelated.
It was not Big Mac that let me use his credentials, but I've been using a friend's credentials for the last 10 months. But I no longer have to do that. I signed out of those channels on my devices this week, so I appreciate that. By the way, to Justin LaBar, his Twitter bio reads @Busted Open Radio co-host on WWE Radio on Sirius XM. So, what the content will be of his programming will remain to be seen. It was not Smokey's credentials as well. He did not pay for ESPN. Big Mac may have also known the person. So
Oh,
You can.
okay.
I don't want to. I'm not going to sell my friends out, but
It's all right. You know, sometimes you gotta go down to the tool shed, right?
if you no that you
No,
think
not. Oh, sorry. There's no money there.
I say
Believe me.
you think that cheapo's paying for ESPN? Actually, he probably does, but no, I didn't steal his credentials.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not guessing anymore.
I probably should have. But before we get to the SummerSlam prediction, which we will get there, we do have a question of the week this week.
Great question.
The 3 count question of the week.
It's the most we'll hear from Smokey this week. I do want to again thank Samira for joining us last week. It was nice to have a guest on the show. Go check out the episode from last week. We'll talk to her again in 3 to 5 years when we're allowed to have guests again.
And if you haven't, independentwrestling.tv,
yes,
go there and you can catch both the ETU event that took place on Saturday and the Power Pro Lucha event that took place on Sunday. Was Revolution on Sunday, or was that, or not Revolution?
Redemption was on Sunday, yeah.
Okay, so then Power Pro Lucha also there as well. $10 a month, a ton of indie promotions there across the entire footprint, entire catalog of like Chikara and everything, but Samira doing her thing there. I actually watched the Power Pro show, Angel of Chaos, in tandem with Redemption. Cool. Like I was 2-screening it. I had a rooting interest in the main event of the Power Pro Lucha show. But definitely worth especially if you were a fan of independent wrestling.
A friend of the show was in the main event?
You could say a friend of the show, okay. Yes.
Okay.
A friend of the show defending the Triple Tech Trios titles in a first time ever last trios standing match.
Okay.
Yeah, very good, very fun main event. But yes, check that out. Independentwrestling.tv. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Just doing a solid for a friend.
Hashtag support indie wrestling.
Hashtag support indie wrestling, man.
Even if I haven't been to a show in probably close to 2 years, so hashtag support indie wrestling. I know I make joke. I mean, it is more a me just not being as connected to the business. There's a little bit of bitterness there. I'll be 100% honest. A little bit bitterness on my side.
This is all we'll talk. This is all I'll talk about unless we want to break it down even more. But I'm happy to do so.
CT for $0 off. Exactly.
Yes. Use the code AI for. No. After doing commentary or after working for indie promotions, willingly going to an indie show feels wrong.
Right, it's
because
weird.
Because when you're there, you feel like you have to be doing something.
Yes.
Case in point, I just went to a local indie like 20 minutes away. The same person who might have been in the main event of Power Pro was also at an indie like 25 minutes away from my house, and I was like, I have no reason to not drive up the road to see my best effing friend.
Right.
And I go, he doesn't know I'm going to be there. Intermission happens. He's in his natural habitat.
Sure.
And I walk up to him and he goes, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "You're wrestling." And he goes, "Dog, I almost called off the show. I'm glad you're here. Now I'm going to try." And I'm like, "Thank you." And you know what I did for the rest of the evening? I manned his merch table until he was ready to leave.
Table, didn't you?
You daggone right.
Yeah,
because that's just
right. I get it. It is a problem that not a lot of people have. But if you know, Devin said he feels the same way. Yeah, it's because those days were full days for us. Like it was you get up, you go, we usually would grab an early lunch. We would get to the venue. We would prepare notes. We would get the rundown, all of that. Then you put on your gear, your commentary attire, and you do the show and you blow your voice out, and then you go get. It was an entire day, and then
Yeah.
you would recover the next. And then you go and you pay for shows, and I have no problem paying for. I'm not asking for a handout to go to these shows. It's what I mean. I don't.
It's more a weird thing. It's a weird
it
feel.
is an awkward feeling because I feel like I should be calling the show. I feel like I should be backstage doing something. I feel like I should be, getting somebody a bottle of water, pointing them to the bathroom, whatever. Like, easy,
right.
Go piss out back of the Lancaster host because he doesn't want to go walk through the crowd of people. Yeah, go pee out there in the parking lot. Nobody's gonna care. Like it's a me problem. But I should get out to some shows. Indie wrestling is a great, wonderful thing. And in a world where wrestling tickets and tickets for everything else are getting astronomically more expensive, indie wrestling is still a cheap alternative that you can go and have a good fun night at. So do that. But now, speaking to wrestling and wrestling shows, we did mention earlier that Redemption was an event that happened in Quebec City by AEW this past weekend. But honestly, like, this question is actually probably more of a WWE problem than it is an AEW problem, because it is rare that AEW has a miss on pay-per-view. It really is. Like, and for a while, WWE, regardless of the TV program, the boys and girls that put on the pay-per-views would have great nights. Pay-per-views were usually pretty solid. The quality of WWE pay-per-views, month in, month out, has slipped. AEW has had a miss. So, like, the question is basically, has it become too much? Should wrestling companies cut back on the number of premium live events / pay-per-views per year? Like, has the market become just too saturated for wrestling at this point?
So I will not give credit. I will not give credit. I will give credit where credit is due. Good friend of mine, DJ, has a podcast called We Need Wrestling. It drops every Friday morning on your podcatcher of choice, especially if you love Japanese wrestling or international wrestling. They are the podcast for you, but they also talk AEW. And one of the hosts, DJ, pitched a wonderful idea for AEW, where AEW should follow the WWE or the old school 90s WWE model of pay-per-views. Have a big 4 or a big 6, and every other pay-per-view, make it in your house sized.
Oh, I love that.
So you have your all-ins, your revolutions, your double or nothings, like your Forbidden Door, like your big shows. Make them the big 5-hour spectacles that we've come to know and some of us have come to love. And then the rest of the pay-per-views that year, point blank period, Revolution should not have been a 5-hour show.
Yeah, I watched that.
3 hours, cut 5 matches off the card,
right?
Make it tight, and that's it. And what I feel like AEW needs to do is different than what WWE needs to do. WWE needs to put, in my opinion, you want to get me back? Put an emphasis on the second letter of WWE and not the third letter of WWE.
Fair.
I am I have become, in my older age, more interested in the sporting aspect of wrestling and not so much I love my entertainment as much as the next guy. Sure. Love that Danhausen. Not all of Danhausen, but I love what Danhausen means to professional wrestling.
Yes.
Good for the business, right? But Bandito and Kyle Fletcher, for all the faults and all the false finishes, was a better match on pay-per-view than I bet anything that WWE is going to put out this weekend. And I'm excited for like 3 matches on the SummerSlam card. Just 3.
Okay.
But 3 out of 12, that's 25% of the show.
That's and depending what night they fall on, you might not be excited for a whole entire night.
I am fairly certain I will have to split it up into 2 nights.
Gotcha.
I could not tell you which matches are on which night.
Yeah, we will get
I would
there.
love to try to guess. I don't think I could name all 12 matches.
I say we may not have time to play the guessing game, but
we have enough time. We can do whatever we want. We're not limited to Facebook anymore.
Well, that's true. That's true. But Matt, do you think it's gotten too much?
Yeah, I think that's kind of basic marketing too, right? Is when things get oversaturated, people tend to not be as excited and not really care as much. I think that's happened. I mean, it's not just having 2 nights on big shows. It's just having so many big shows in general. So give me 8 premium live events a year. Give me 4 NXT premium live events a year. There's your 12. But I don't need multiple nights, and I don't need a WWE show every month.
Or give me Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Treat NXT as their own thing. Treat AAA as its own thing. Like, give me 8 solid pay-per-views and give me 4 seasonal Saturday night's main events.
Yeah.
December, March, July, October.
Here's the problem with WWE is not even counting NXT. WWE has had 10 nights of special events already in 2026 between Saturday night's main events, 2 nights of WrestleMania, and all the other premium live events. We are at the end of month 7, and you've had 10 nights of special events. They're not special at that point. Like there's nothing special when you're getting more than once per month. Like that's just the reality. And you have 2 nights of SummerSlam. You have a Saturday night's main event in September. You have Money in the Bank, Survivor Series. I think there'll be one more Saturday night's main event, I think, in December usually. So that's what, 5 more. You're going to have 15, 16 nights in 12 months. It's too much.
Survivor Series is going to be 2 nights.
Is it 2 nights this year?
I bet.
No,
I don't think. Saturday. Well, right now they're just booking it as Saturday, November 28th. So
okay, cool.
But next year it might be 2 nights. We don't know. Which again, I think the 2-night experiment on anything that's not WrestleMania should be coming to an end. It just there's just no reason.
Hey, Big Mac makes a good point. Hey, you know what we haven't talked about at all since it was said?
So I did see John Cena. I did see John Cena. As a Big Mac says, Saturday night's main event will start the John Cena Invitational. That's actually not a bad idea. I did see Cena said that they are working. It will start sometime in the towards the end of 2026. Like
I think the finals. I think the finals happens at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, I think they will probably kick it off in
the night after Survivor Series.
Yeah. I'll wager Danhausen's Human Monies there'll be a match. Devin says it's both. With AEW still charging $50 for pay-per-views, I think they need to cut back to every 2 months. I think WWE needs to go every other month for premium live events. Yeah, I mean, I and don't get me wrong, I gave WWE credit when they do capitalism as capitalism will do. I will give AEW credit for doing capitalism as capitalism will do. They charge $50 for pay-per-views. You can't share logins anymore, even to one other person, like you used to back in the day. They have tightened that ship up. Good on you, Tony. Get your money. But for me, unless I have a group of people that want to get together and watch an AEW show, you 2 people, 3 people, whatever, I'm not watching it unless it's through alternative sites.
Legal means, I assure you.
Sure, absolutely. No, I watched Redemption. I didn't pay for Redemption on Sunday.
That's
like,
okay.
I'll be 100% honest about it. Like
There was an asshole at your 40th birthday party watching All In on his
I
phone.
heard about him.
He was a real son of a bitch.
He was. I heard about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I feel like, I mean, part of the reason is I just don't watch it on a weekly basis anymore. I do try to seek out pay-per-view. I will watch and or listen to on WWE radio on my way home from Hershey Park, probably on Saturday. The radio broadcast of SummerSlam. But it's not appointment TV for me anymore, especially not at $50. I would actually probably be more apt to watch it if there was less events. Like, I mean, I will probably seek out All In. Like, that is a big show. That is a like WrestleMania level event. But like, I don't need to see Redemption. I don't need to see I don't need to see NXT Heatwave. I don't like, it's just it really has gotten to be too much. So I think that both companies, but especially the WWE, it would go a long way to cut back the schedule a bit. And I think it would make things seem more important.
See, I think WWE's problem, and I know it's really hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube, is now I believe they've almost all but unofficially said that WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights. So our hope that maybe WrestleMania Saudi was going to be 1 night is now quenched. That is a non sequitur. But I feel as though WWE, they could remedy a lot of their problems by condensing these 2-night events into 1-night events and moving 3 matches from night 2 over to night 1 or 3. Like, and I know you're taking away spots from guys, but instead of giving me like 2 3-hour 97-minute wrestling shows,
right,
give me like a 4-hour, 2-hour, and 30-minute wrestling show. You know, maybe keep your scene commercials, but just give me more wrestling in one sitting.
Or
and
just, but you know, and again, I hate. I will never not hate ads on the ring mat and ads on the turnbuckle pads and ads on the tables and ads on the barricades and stuff. But like, you know, a couple years ago, the NHL started selling ad space on the board, on the glass behind the nets on the broadcast. So like, like, put a Slim Jim ad in the screen on, you know, on the top left corner of the you know, whatever whatever sponsor for that match. It cuts down the amount of commercial time. You want to put an ad on the top left corner of the screen. I may not like it, but I would take that over a commercial. Like, I don't need to see Slim Jim ads and Stridex pads ads, you know, on the pay-per-view, and especially when it's different if it's, you cut into the back and it's the Miz and Danhausen and they're fighting over a big bottle of Mountain Dew Code Black. Like when it's just, you're cutting to commercial, like that's the part that really sucks. Yeah, I'm still, part of my eyes have still been burned out by the American Home Shield ads of the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania 40, because they didn't realize you could just put logos on a black background and you just had to put them on a white background and blind everybody. But yeah, it's just a lot, and I don't need 2 nights of SummerSlam. I don't like, because, and I don't care if you put it on Saturday night or Sunday night, but pick one, give me 4 hours or whatever it's going to be. I can block out that time. I can guarantee you this. in a summer where I'm not hiding money. I'm not blocking out 2 nights for SummerSlam. I will if I'm home, if I happen to be home, I will catch it. I'm more apt to be able to do that on Sunday, to be honest with you. Just the way that my weekend's shaping out this year. So and see, Devin, it's gonna come down to the point. I think they already started doing it. They're gonna have advertisements on the wrestler's gear or t-shirt. Yeah. It's I mean, I think Ryan made the joke. I think somebody had made an AI creation of when like the demon Finn Balor was going to be at WrestleMania and he was going to have dude wipes in the demon paint, and like we laugh, but I mean, when Brock Lesnar came back, and I understand it was sponsorship deals that he signed when he was working in UFC, but
Jack Link's beef jerky.
We've already seen it. Jimmy John's was on
Jimmy
his
John's.
right. Like we have already seen it. I think it is only a matter of time before we see it from the WWE standpoint as well. But all right, last thing before we close up here this evening. This weekend is SummerSlam in Minnesota. Freaky Fast F5. August 1st and 2nd, US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. There's 30-ish thousand tickets distributed as of now. It'll be a light house, but we'll see how they get creative with camera angles. These companies know how to do those things. But on night one on SummerSlam, I almost said WrestleMania Saturday because there shouldn't be a SummerSlam Saturday, but here we are. 6 matches. We will start with a 6-woman tag. It is the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, along with Paige, taking on Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Lainey Reed, and Fallon Henley. Tim.
Fatal Attraction.
Matt.
Fatal Influence.
Sorry, Fatal Influence.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Fatal
Attraction. Shout out Mandy Rose. It's just had birth to her baby.
Oh, did they have the baby?
Yeah, they had the baby. She posted on Insta that
what the hell?
After 9 months, Daddy gets to carry the baby, and it was Tino Sabatelli carrying little baby.
I was like, what's that goofball's name? One-time certified sex haver with Mandy Rose.
Yeah, between him and two-time confirmed sex haver Riddick Moss with Tennille Dashwood.
Good for they're winning at life, and so good for them. Singles match. Fatal Influence. If I didn't say that. Yes. Gunther taking on Nick Aldis. Tim.
This is match number 1 that I'm most excited to watch. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Gunther ask Nick Aldis to put his career on the line?
I don't believe. Somebody in the comments who actually watches wrestling on a weekly basis can confirm or deny, but I don't believe that has been stipulated.
Does it not say on Wikipedia?
It does not. It just said singles match.
Okay.
Big Max. Now there is a night of SmackDown left. Before we get to Summerfest.
There is a night of SmackDown. F it, we ball the national treasure, Nick Aldis. I don't care. I'll be wrong.
There's a great clip. Big Mac sent it to me of Aldis on the Chris Van Vliet show. And man, well, I'll get to my prediction, but I might have to do a scary thing in this house. But Matt, Nick Aldis versus Gunther.
Let's force you to make the clean sweep, Nick Aldis.
Man. Yeah. I also, by the way, I forgot to play the
we will ban you from the Summerfest. SummerSlam out.
I forgot to play the national anthem for SummerSlam.
That's right.
She can't hear me down here, I don't think. Give me Nick Aldis.
Gunther.
She's beelines down here. If I get disconnected from the air, just keep doing the show without me. I might be okay. But yeah, this is a match I am definitely looking forward to. seek out that clip from the Chris Van Vliet show if you have not already. Big Mac says, yeah, it was not a stipulation,
Good.
at least not as of yet. Next one, 6-man tag team match. It is LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys taking on the bloodline of Jacob Fatu and the Usos. Tim.
Give me Solo Dolo, Royce Keys, and LA Knight.
All right, Matt.
I will take the Bloodloins.
The old Bloodloins. I'll also take LA Knight, Solo, and Royce. But speaking of SmackDown ass matches that have made it to a pay-per-view, this is one of those ones that, like, if you're going to condense to one night, you can shift this to Friday night for sure.
Yeah.
I guess doesn't have to be a match on the show. Singles match for the women's championship. Lil Liv Morgan defending against Io Sky. Tim.
Io.
All right, Matt.
Lil Liv retains.
Yeah, I feel like Lil Liv is gonna retain. This could go either way, and it would be fine either way, but I think Lil Liv does retain. Hell in a Cell match. Heck in a Sec. It is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Tim.
Would you be surprised if I told you this was match 2 that I was looking forward to?
I would
this
not
weekend?
be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Oba wins or we riot.
Matt.
Oba wins, but Brock does F5 him through the cell.
Ooh. Yeah, Oba has to win. Like, if you're doing the rubber match, we've done. Brock didn't actually retire. He comes back and beats Oba. It has to be Oba in the rubber match. It just has to. Similar to WrestleMania, I feel like I don't care that this is Brock Lesnar's hometown. Everybody loses in their hometown anyway, right? But like,
yeah,
the weekend, because I don't know if they've announced the order. I don't think they've announced.
Just got to ask that.
If any of the, I don't think they've announced if or which matches will air on ESPN. But you have a similar situation where the weekend could turn if you don't have Obafemi win this match, regardless of anything else you do on these shows. Last one for God damn it, I almost did it. SummerSlam Saturday, singles match for the undisputed WWE title. CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes. Tim.
Would you be surprised if I told you this was match number 3?
And there was only 3 you cared about,
and
right?
there was only 3, so
this was it. Like I said, you could make this a one-night affair.
Hell yeah, smoke. Here for a Sunday off. Give me CM Punk retaining.
Okay, Matt.
I will also take CM Punk retaining.
I feel like Punk retains, and there's a small part of me that, like, you get Cody actually could snap and go nuts at the end and actually have a bit of a character swing post match. Let's see. Big Mac says here, 2 great stars. Nick Aldis held the NWA title for 1,043 days. Saturday night will be 1,029 days since his last match. So yeah, look at that. A great stat there. They haven't yet, Devin. They have not announced that they're doing the first hour of either night on ESPN. I could see that being like a thing they announce tomorrow on SmackDown or tomorrow during the day, but we will see. Now we move to Sunday night, August the 2nd. 6 matches as well. Wow. I am very disconnected apparently from what is happening on wrestling TV. But recently returned to the company, Baron Corbin challenges U.S. champion Trick Williams for the U.S. title. Tim.
The Nomad, Baron Corbin, making his return. I am happy for Baron Corbin. Love this guy. And I think he's going to be the right guy to be the foil against Trick. You know what? Sometimes bad guys got to win so the good guy looks better. Let me get a triumphant Baron Corbin right here.
Nice. Matt.
Yeah, no chance. Trick Williams.
You know what? I'm with Tim. Give me Baron Corbin. Why not? Why not? Big Mac. Here we go. Here's a plug for our other show. Major bomb for Punk Cody, but you have to listen to Take 3 to hear it. So check out the Take 3 Wrestling podcast later on tonight or on your podcast catchers of choice. Singles match to determine the number one contender for the undisputed WWE title, Sami Zayn against Finn Balor. Tim.
Finn Balor.
All right. Matt.
Sami Zayn.
I feel like they're gonna like find a way to. I feel like they're gonna find a way to like screw over Sammy, and it's gonna continue the underdog story towards WrestleMania. So give me Finn Balor. A human monies on a pole match. The winner will keep the $100,000 that Danhausen stole from the Judgment Day. It is Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Tim.
Danhausen don't lose.
Matt.
Danhausen can't lose this one.
Exactly. This is absolutely Danhausen. Love that Danhausen. If you have not seen the ice cream bus that he's currently driving around Minnesota, it is one of the most over the top silly things, and I love everything about it. It like a coworker of mine who doesn't even watch wrestling said to me this week, I have a favorite wrestler, and it's Danhausen. Like, that's all you need to say. That is all you need to say. 5-way ladder match. I hate this, by the way. 5-way ladder match.
Isn't it 6? No, 5. There's a missing person.
Yeah,
5.
Maybe the 6th will be announced tomorrow if they add one. A 5-way ladder match for the interim women's championship. I hate it. I hate the interim title thing. I hate it. It's dumb. It's stupid. Anyway, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, and either Gulia or Lash Legend. I guess the 5th person will be determined tomorrow on SmackDown. Tim,
you want to give that name a try again?
I know it's Julia, but I like calling her. I like calling her Gulia.
Julia Gulia.
Julia
Her
Gulia.
name is Julia Gulia.
Yes, Julia Gulia, not Gulia. You're not just gonna call her by her last name. She's not Goldberg. Naomi. Naomi.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. I'd be here for that. Matt.
Have to take a former guest to the show, so Chelsea Green.
There you go. There you go. You can't break your own rule. Tiffany Stratton. Why not? Actually, you know what? This feels Charlotte Flair. Because like when Rhea comes back and you have to do the match between the interim champion and the champion. So yeah, Charlotte Flair. This feels Charlotte Flair.
Naomi had her kid in March. It's August.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to double check my math first.
Yeah, that's enough time. That's enough.
Yeah, but I think Naomi takes Jade Cargill out of the match. And like Jade gets like hit with a puff of Spectrox on the way to the ring, and she gets
you know what? I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little something you don't see coming. All right. Singles match for the Intercontinental title, Penta defending against Chad Gable. Tim.
Oh, you mean to tell me the dude that just debuted a theme that is inspired by the Minnesota Vikings Skull chant is going to be in the House of Skull trying to go after the Intercontinental title against the luchador that originally sent him down the downward spiral for El Grande Americano Original? Yeah, give me Chad Gable, bad theme and all.
Thank you.
I've not heard the theme. Matt.
Oh, it's bad.
Is that bad, huh?
For that reason, Penta.
It's bad.
This is you get punished for having a bad theme. I will go Chad Gable as well.
Thank you.
Chris Statlander on my TV, very respectful. And then your main event of Sunday, let's drag as much out of the what used to be the Shield as we possibly can. Singles match for the World Heavyweight title. Roman Reigns defending against Seth Rollins. Tim.
I hate to say I don't give a shit. Roman better win. Because, like, I just keep ringing this sopping rag. The whole story has been WWE wants Roman to be the guy, but not me. I was here when the dude who's running the company handpicked you as the future of the company.
Right.
How have you been a multi-time WWE? How have you been a multi-time champion but not been the guy?
You were
Get out of my face.
The plan B. Like you were the corporate. You were the hand-picked corporate plan.
There's always
B.
a plan B.
Right. Like by the guy who books the show.
Yeah.
Matt.
It should be Roman. So give me Seth freaking Rollins.
There we go. That's the Triple H logic I love to hear.
I mean, and I love Seth. Like I am more a Seth guy than any member of the Shield. Like I've always loved Rollins. I've always defended Rollins. But man, like, yeah, okay. And what's him winning another one gonna, like, what's it gonna do? What's it matter? No, it should be Roman. It should be Roman. So Matt's probably right that it will be Seth. I'm gonna pick Roman, because I still feel like Roman should hold until Mania, and then Obafemi should win it from Roman at Mania. Period. Like make both of those things. If you're gonna do another Roman run and you're gonna build up Obafemi, at least make it mean something in the end, please. Like that's all we can ask at this point. All right, well, that's SummerSlam.
I have a Keep 3 Cup 5 that's SummerSlam.
Oh yeah,
themed.
let's do it.
We can wrap up with that one. These are Keep 3 Cup 5 SummerSlam matches from the 90s.
Okay.
The first from 1998, we have Triple H versus The Rock for the IC Championship ladder match.
I do remember this being a really good match. But cut.
Absolutely. I hate this ladder match. It's dog shit.
Cut.
All right. Next on the
Triple H
list.
hobbling around in these magenta tights with bad knee. Get out of here. Stop it.
Next, from 1996, we have a Boiler Room Brawl, Mankind versus The Undertaker.
Keep.
Yeah, that's a hard keep. Hard keep.
Paul Bearer turns on The Undertaker, cracks him with the urn. Hell yeah. Next.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. Next, Tag Team 2 out of 3 Falls match for the WWF Tag titles from 1990, The Hart Foundation versus Demolition.
Keep.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good, because you get all 3 members of Demolition. You get a Legion of Doom run in. That match rocks.
Yep. All right. You've used 2 of your 3 keeps. You only have 1 left for the last 5 matches from 1992. We have Bret Hart versus the Bulldog.
Oh, my God.
Singles for IC.
It's not their best match.
Their best match was in Hershey.
You're goddamn right it was. Let's cut it.
Thank you. They cut this.
Yeah.
All right, we've cut that. So next on the list from 1997, Owen Hart versus Stone Cold singles match.
You got to cut it.
You got to cut this one.
It's
you got to
not
cut
good.
this one. Not good.
It's okay. It's okay. Like it is very integral to the Steve Austin story.
Sure.
but nah, you can live without it.
Yeah.
All right. Next, from 1994, we have a steel cage match for the WWF Championship. Brett
no.
versus Owen.
Oh no.
That's number 3, dog.
Yep, keep it. You got it. This match is so
That's
good.
number 3. We did it. We
did
hit
it.
it.
Those are the 3. Those
All
are
right.
the
You've
3.
kept Brett versus Owen. You've kept Hart Foundation versus Demolition. You've kept Taker versus Mankind. Cut Triple H versus The Rock from 98. Bret Hart versus Bulldog from 92. Owen Hart versus Stone Cold from 97. The 1999 match, Love Him or Leave Him, Test versus Shane McMahon has been cut. And from 1995, ladder match, Shawn Michaels versus
We
Razor
did it.
Ramon.
We did it. We did it.
We smashed it.
We did. This is the
Solid
short
choices.
one, by the way, because I knew we were running out of time. Yeah, no, we did. We did good.
Yeah,
we did
that's-
good. I like
that's
how
solid.
I like how you present. You front loaded the really really good ones.
Yep.
To make it like to make us maybe a little bit worried, but I don't feel like there's much hesitation there. So we're good. We did real good.
Did real good.
All right. We are going to wrap up with that from there. Thank everybody for tuning in on YouTube and Twitch, because Facebook could go fuck itself. Follow us on all of our social media at 3 Count Thursday. Across the board, always the number 3, never the word 3. Hit us on the voicemail, 717-473-7833. Click that subscribe button, YouTube especially. Go grab our merch over in the TeePublic store. Enjoy Summerfest or whatever wrestling you might watch over the next week. We'll be there on the Tuesday podcast, on your podcast feed on Tuesday. We'll be back here live next Thursday night. Until then, stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.